In the history of our world, there has been many glorious knights, but one stands out among the rest. His name, Rodrigo de Vivar, better known as El Cid Campeador! One of the most legendary, pious and noble men that has ever lived. This Castilian Catholic is going to conquer his way through the hearts of the maidens, the foul hearts of the beasts, and perhaps the coffers of the local kings. The rules for this playthrough is simple. Be brave, be great, be noble. That means no criminal contracts.
Call an ambulance! But not for me!
And no dishonorable deeds. Other than these knightly guidelines, I have 3 goals set in mind. First of all, becoming the Knights of the Swan. Second, completing the travels of Rodrigo de Vivar. And lastly, who knows what this Campeador can come up with. My name is Koifish, and this is the adventures of El Cid Campeador! Here we are in the wonderful world of Crusader Kings with the Roads to Power DLC. And we're finally playing as Captain Rodrigo, El Cid Campeador! Except he's not known as El Cid just yet, just the Campeador. So his real name is probably Rodrigo de Vivar, the house motto being, the fox falls before the sword. This fox? I think this is telling me something. I have to kill Duke Robert the Fox. Sorry, I haven't taken my medication just now. Mr. Rodrigo over here starts with some absolutely great stats. 15 in diplomacy, 29 in martial, and 13 in stewardship. The only thing he's not good at is intrigue, because he's simply too much of a good guy. But with his trusting nature, diligent disposition, brave heart, and temperate mood, this man will conquer his way through the hearts of the maidens. We also start with the Campeador fame trait. Rodrigo's expertise on the battlefield has earned him the title Battlefield Champion. Also, that's what Campeador means. I see. Now we're playing as an unlanded adventurer, which means that we have our very own camp, named the Loyal Vassals, which I think is very fitting because, holy moly, we got some great followers. My mother, hello Teresa, her brother, my uncle, my best friend Martin Antolines. I guess we just hung out in high school and, you know, men only have 2 ways of making friends. Maintaining the relationships that you built in high school or being alone. We also have Alvar Fanes, who happens to be our best friend. Don't tell Martin though, he might get really sad. And lastly, none other than my favorite nephew, Pedro Fernandez. We're currently all the way in Overseer. This makes recruiting men-at-arms a lot cheaper, and the impressment perks lets us gain more troops into our armies when we complete a siege. The increase is made up of new recruits, the press ganging of locals, and simply paying those who wandered off during the siege. Gentlemen, we are sieging your castle! Please die or leave! Can we join you guys? Bet. But time waits for no man, and El Cid is just that, a man. So we're gonna take up a contract. One of Count Alfonso's fairest courtiers has not returned from an incursion into the woods of Soria. Oh, no way! We could also help Infanta Urraca. Rescuing a fair maiden while helping a fair maiden? Sounds like a fair deal to me. Now we can travel there to accept it. But as we also want to complete the travels of Rodrigo de Vivar, I'd like to maybe tourist a bit over here and see the Forum Brigantum. And on the way, we'll also do some scouting for talent. I place my foot on the stirrup and tap my horse's head and take a last look at the place I will always call home. Exile. King Sancho's words left no room for error. Enemies of the court had poisoned his mind. Enemies that had always sought to do me evil. A crow flies on the right. A bad omen. Of course, that's how I became an adventurer. My friend King Sancho has been tricked, gaslight, and girl-bossed into hating me. But alas, I am Rodrigo, El Cid Campeador. I will always be loyal to you, my king. The song of El Cid has begun, and the king and I are no longer friends. But off I go because I have a fair maiden to save. I can't believe it, King Sancho. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? We were friends. We can't become friends again. Well, I just visited the capital of the Kingdom of Leon, which is very good. That puts us one step closer to completing the travels of Rodrigo de Vivar. But alas, I've gotten sick, so I put on my best baby hat and baby coat. I think I need a doctor. I saw the Roman walls of Lugo. Well, that was an interesting travel, but now we're here. That damn woman, I hear Infanta Urraca say as she approaches the camp with her men. I bid you good morning, Rodrigo. It seems that a most beautiful woman has been lost in the woods, and my courtiers will not stop lamenting until I bring her back. Is this like some sort of simp situation? Or is this woman the linchpin that keeps your keep together? Tell you what, we'll take a balanced approach. But dark is the night, and cold is it too. I send one of my men, and he's found you. That's right, you, my fellow subscriber. Or are you? My friends, Rodrigo, El CID Campeador, needs your help. And the only way you can help him is to give this video a like. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. All jokes aside, my friends, it would mean a lot to me if you would hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video to help in the algorithm. Alright, continuing. Dark is the night and cold. I send one of my men to knock on the closest door, seeking a kind host. The answer does not come immediately. I hear muttering and steps until a figure finally stands at the entrance. It is the order of the king, we dare not welcome thee, O my lord. Sealed with his royal seal hath come his letter to forbid the Zamora folk to open the door or shelter thee. Oh, come on, King Sanko! We won't press the poor people. I am loyal to the king, always. We lost so many supplies. Damn, he really wasted no time. But trouble keeps coming. By Jesus, are you even my uncle anymore? The very sight of you enrages me these days, snaps Pedro. Pedro Fernandez, my heir and nephew. This argument is fairly typical of interactions as of late, as we pretty much live a Spanish telenovela. Whatever common ground I hope to build by involving him in this contract seems utterly ruined. Pedro, my friend, it's not like that. Calm down. Oh, my pleading is suitably pitiful. But as we're working on rescuing this fair maiden, a very goofy monk arrives. Do you have a place for a man of God? He smiles at me, dirty clothes rustling in the stiff breeze. Of course, man, join me in my adventures. He agrees to stay a while. Wonderful. And make for a great doctor. Perfect. As the preacher joins me, I am no longer ill. But alas, being an exile is hard work. They make bad masters. There's no guarantee that I'm able to pay my followers, even feed them. Who would risk their family's safety for a dishonored man like me? There's talks in the camps as open. I look up and see Martin walking towards me, with bread and wine of his own. Campeador, born in good hour, we must go forth, for I shall pay for these men, and earn the wrath of King Sancho, because I have served you. Alvar, Pedro, Fernando, they could stay, but this will question my loyalty to the king. If my friend gives me money and has me pay for my nephews, who quite frankly hate me, it will make people question my loyalty to the king. If I greatly show my loyalty to him, this is quite a hard decision. It is most of my friends. They are my men, my bodyguard, my fighters. Alas, they have houses of their own to tend to. They are nobles. I cannot risk the king's wrath. I am CID Campeador! I'm a good man! Leave! We'll quickly execute the scheme, but with confidence, increasing the success chance by 5%. And rescue her we did! And goddamn, that is that what you consider a beauty? I mean, I like the sort of little do-rag she has. Back! Away with you! A high-pitched scream makes its way through the thicket of trees. I follow. Standing in the middle of a clearing is one of the most beautiful women I've ever laid eyes on. She wields a stick like a spear and tries to keep her distance from a ferocious boar. With a quick slash of my blade, I cleave into the beast, and the animal lets out a spurt of blood, staining in the grass. My lord! That's all she says. We have a long path ahead of us. But what says you even have to, you can come with me? She feels insulted. Wow, I save you and that's all you have to say? Great, okay. Well, I completed that mission, which is absolutely amazing. But now we stand for a problem, as all of our followers have left, except my homie Martin, Domingo the Heathen, and my own mom. Wow, what a great mercenary group you've gathered yourself, Captain Rodrigo. Truly the most loyal of vassals. What we need is more opportunity. So let's go and act as hired muscle, sellsword of good repute, to fight for Count Munio. But I passed by a logging camp in Amaya, and it's a massive shopping block here. You know, I could chop some wood for the camp. I get sore muscles, but that's fine. But here's a knight errant. My lord, the knight says, it is the most fortunate that you and I have come and meet at this crossroad, for I'm in search of a marvelous fountain in which water is said to cure all illness. Martins quickly interrupt. Wait, my lord, I know this knight. It's Pelayo. Of course, Pelayo de Castile. Inventor of Pilates, I think. Listen, my friend. Make him see reason and join our court. No holy water is worth this adventure. You must come with me. He joins. Pelayo. Sorry, I forgot his name already. Alright, time to enforce for Count Munio. Pelayo will be a great bodyguard. My mother acts as the footpad, and I can't even fill the last slot. Great. We'll seize the moment quickly, but we failed. You had one job, Rodrigo! Silence some mouthy pricks to keep them quiet for a few months. My face remains stoic because I'm an absolute chad. But it seems that Count isn't exactly happy with me. Heck off, buddy, I try my best. Let's see if we're any better at rescuing another fair subject. Gold, silver and jewels, my coffers is finally growing. Golden rings and necklaces and banners. King Sancho would be no stranger to this display. But this is not fully mine. He is still my liege, despite having kicked me out. Holy moly. King Sancho, we're having the worst relationship ever. Of course I'll pay him 50 gold. I am his knight! He deserves my loyalty! It is with great surprise that I receive a new guest in my tent. It's King Sancho! He's surrounded by his royal guards. Friend, he cries out. You have always remained a loyal friend to me, even when I so regretfully cast you aside. Here do I pardon you and grant you my love through my kingdom from this day forth. My lord, I was banished and stripped of my honor, and with great toil have I won what I possess. Thanks be to God for your grace. Alas, no. I tasted the life of adventure. I can't go back to being in a stuffy castle. He of Ivar turned to his men and set them to collect together the spoils they had won. I continue as an adventurer, but still loyal to my king. Let's go! And so, El Cid Campeador continues his adventure. For I am not done just yet. We rescue another fair maiden. We try to do it. She died. Sorry to say this, but we can't always have success. I think it's high time we actually move our camp. We could either be brave down here, the warring fights in the Tulia lands, but I will actually go somewhere completely new. How about the beautiful city of Londres? We'll find a new home on the British Isles. But what's this? What is this? Count Rodrigo, you gained land. Very good to see. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. Gentlemen, we have arrived. And it seems we come to England in troubling times, as William the Conqueror is currently losing to Harald of Norway. But when there is troubling times, there is always a place for a knight. And right away we have a lot of work to do, but most of these are criminal contracts, so we won't do them. But we could support a faction here, against Duke Morcar. Tell you what, I'll support you, why not? She seems to have way more soldiers, so of course we're gonna join. El Cid, you're holding that sword like a maniac! Holy moly, El Cid, that man is talking to you, but your eyes are set on the horizon and your sword. You're already thinking about slaying that Duke Morcar, aren't you? Be a man of honor. I finally snap out of my sword holding. Greetings, Captain Rodrigo. It is said you're curious of our cause, and so we come to speak of our foe, the loathsome Duke Morcar of Northumbria. He's a naive man. It is a just cause. I join. Circumstances have led to our faction being disbanded. Thanks for the 7 gold, I guess. Wow, that's weird. But now Martin, my friend, wants to marry Christina. Of course, permit the union. And she joins. She's a formidable fighter as well. Nice. It seems that England is far more criminal than we thought. It's just a bunch of guys here fighting each other. Tell you what, we're moving our camp a bit north. And on the way, we're doing some sightseeing. Because that's apparently what El Cid does. Get a move on, you lads! But we're starting to run out of food. Not very good. Move to the coastline. That's what we'll do. Move to the coastline. And here, Rodrigo will fish. Pull! Nothing bites. Well, we're simply going to town and just buy some provisions. That's expensive. I could steal them. Listen, desperate times requires desperate measures. We intimidate her and steal enough food to last us for a lifetime.
That means no criminal contracts and no dishonorable deeds.
Listen, it was necessary. Out of the 2 evils, I choose the lesser one. To rob a woman of Appleby. I'll fight corruption for the Scots. That's a worthy choice. I'll move my entire camp up there. It's not gonna take that long. But who's this? Uri, a rabbinic Ashkenazi Jew. Of course you can join. But now my mother is angry because I left Spain and she misses the heat. Mom, come on, Mom! But now the Jew I hired is super hungover. Come on, my man. I kick his horse into gear. Ride faster, as we must enforce the lands of El Radulf. Wonderful job, Rodrigo. The garden of Kelso is beautiful and blissfully silent. It was easy, man. All we had to do was kick them out. With this food and gold, we can hire more men at arms. I'll go for the Caballeros, as they're well suited in the hills of Scotland, used as the hills of my homeland. That gives us a whole lot more troops. Nice. That's it. We'll hunt down criminals. For the Pope. Where are we hunting criminals? Oh my god, all over the place. But as we're traversing the plains on the outskirts of Sudbury, we're suddenly attacked by a swarm of bandit riders. My knight Martin rides up to me, a solemn look in his eyes. We both know the tactic we have practiced in the past. I could send him in and he dies. My friends, we stand as one. I am no man. I am El CID CAMPEADOR! Woo! We killed them all! I tossed on the with severed head to the Prince Bishop, the red-purple meat landing wetly beside them. Masterful stroke, managing to cool this bastard without taking significant losses, my lord. I'm not sure many have conceived it, remarked the Prince Bishop. The words are of little consequence, but the delicious weight of his fat purse and its cargo of silver helps make our little hunt thoroughly worthwhile. Holy moly, that's a lot of gold! But alas, I've picked up some consumption. Not good. How goes my travels? I've seen enough to be seen, but I need a whole lot of gold. Interesting. I'll go to settle a border dispute. That could give me a whole lot of gold if I succeed successfully. The problem seems to be that there's walls, and they're crumbling. I've seen Hadrian's wall, and I know how to solve this. Strong backs is all you need. Another happy patron. Now this guy wants to become King of Scotland, but there's a mercenary contract to stand with Earl Rögnvalder. He's fighting against some dastardly dastards. Our troops could actually make a difference here. Tell you what, I'll take it. King Murshan is a dog. A dog, I say. But it's allied to William the Conqueror. Nah, I don't want the contract. I don't know, I just changed my mind. I gotta be smart about this. Tell you what, perhaps it's time to start moving again. To Byzantium, perhaps. Or Rome. To go to the very Pope and work for him, the holiest of men. We could afford it. It's a long trip, but why not? It will cost a whole lot of provisions, but to the Holy Land we go! And Douglas the Scotsman is gonna sail us there! Thank you so much, Scotland, it's been an honor! But Rodrigo, El CID CAMPEADOR! Or more like Explorator. And just like that, we have arrived in beautiful Rome! And here we will go and instruct some knights in the lands of Count Robert. But my mother is sleeping down! We can't just let my mother die! We will save her! No, mother! No! And Christina got wounded. I could bully him to give me a men-at-arms regiment. Wow! I could give him gold, like provisions, a knight, a marriage arrangement, or even a grand tournament. He's already flat broke, but I'll force him to have a tournament. Sure, make the request. I'd hope you just invite me though. I guess we'll regale court here with some fun stories. Imagine being so rich that you just pay a guy to come tell stories about you. I've been wondering, my dear Rodrigo, the mayor of Posino talks about in a dinner. You spin these tales of your life and deeds, yet you live neath a muddy tent flap. I know you shouldn't deny that, I live in a muddy tent. With so many of the basics comfort of your life denied, what keeps you motivated? Glory, death, and friends made over spilled blood! Harsh but fair. He appreciates my honesty. I'll go hunt some criminals in Sicily. It's Gemma Adimiardi! Listen, buddy, we're just gonna kill her. Strike parry riposte! You will be toast! Her head is yours! This woman gave me head! No, wait, no, I mean like her... Shit, I'm so sorry. I killed her! Rodrigo, that's not very knightly. Oh, Jesus Lord! Benilde the Green. Holy moly, Benilde the Bags. Color me intrigued. I'll do some gardening. And off she leaves. With that said, Captain Rodrigo, you stand without a woman. Isn't it time for you to at least love someone? I think I know who. Don't question why we're moving the entire camp. I have to. It's important. Some moments must be recorded forever. The time that I became friends with King Sancho of Castile, who's still very much alive and, by the looks of it, still rules Castile. We've also arrived in the beautiful holding of this woman, who will right away start to romance, but our chances are poor. Yeah, buddy, that's not gonna stop me! I sing a ballad. What do you mean chances are poor? It's a 95% success chance! Who lied to me? Was it her husband? Tell you what, we'll go here and work a little bit. It's time for us to complete the enforcement of Giacupo, who we of course succeed in. We did a wonderful job. Talking about wonderful, there's a man cloaked in shadows, climbing up to the Duchess Matilda's house. Who could it be? I do not know. My pet is in danger. We must save her. Ah! I slay the man and throw him out the window. Ah! Matilda, are you alright? Thank God you're here, Rodrigo. I will never let you come in harm's way. And I found my soulmate, who will promptly now purchase land from. I mean, yeah, that's an option. But I don't want to become landed just yet. Could I just do this? No, I can't. Alas, I can't. I will just be in love. But I'll move on to perhaps some dynasty legacies. We'll go with House of Warriors, because that's what El Cid is all about. I literally stole his armored footmen. That is so funny that I can used to be like, hey buddy, hand your troops, hand them over. We now have quite a lot of troops. I think it's time to head onwards, is it not? War! My beloved Duchess Matilda of Tuscany! I could join her in an independence war. She's fighting the Kaiser. She has more troops than him. I must join. She would pay me gold. I accept. Not for the gold, though that helps, but for my love! Raise the troops! We fight beside you, fair maiden! El Cid CAMPEADOR joins the fight! I must earn my war score! Siege, I say! Very good! Down with the Kaiser! Long live my soulmate! Listen, I'll just spin the tale that they were oppressed or something. We gotta make this in our favor. No? Where even is his troops? Ah, yes, in Denmark. Come on! Yes! We won the war! What? She doesn't pay the full cost? Well, she's added to my role of patrons, I guess. And I did earn a lot of gold by just fighting. But damn, I got scammed. I got scammed by my side piece. That's it. It is not nightly, but I will do this daily for my love. She's even willing to help me. What the hell? Tell you what, let me just get a dog. His name is Snow. For just as I am white. Now to help escort this emissary. Why not? A fine and easy job. I should do more of these. No! No! Matilda! No, she died! Ah, stop this murder! Ah! Is a life without her even worth living? I stop eating. I won't eat. Nothing. The food tastes bad. I need another woman. Who would be the fairest maiden? You look like a Githyanki from Baldur's Gate 3. Sorry, I had to say it. That's a man. Oh, sorry, that's a co-monarch. Nah, you got lover's pox. No. It is awfully dangerous. And she's already wed, but is it perhaps time to move to Klingenberry? I think so. I truly do. Get the climber's gear. We're moving. Why does this man smell so much? What? Clean! Well, we've arrived, so we'll promptly romance this woman. Listen, I'm Rodrigo El Cid CAMPEADOR. I'm impossible not to like. But now we must help. Escort emissaries. We're good at escorting. Not that kind. Get your head out of the gutter. I will do a bit of sightseeing. I'm still Rodrigo El Vivar. I want to travel. But alas, pregnant as she might be, she's out on a hunt and I'm hunting her. A new soulmate. Kaiserin Bertha. We've arrived back home and could we not perhaps elope with her? Yes, I elope with Kaiserin Bertha. An incredibly risky move, to be honest. Incredibly risky. With a very low success chance. But I'm a man of love. And if love does not win, then what tale is this of night? Then I don't want it to be night. I want it to be day. So I can leave in the morning light. For a tale that's better. Tell you what, I'm gonna join this man. I'll join this man right now. As a mercenary. I don't care how much troops his enemy has. I have more. Come here. I am Rodrigo El Cid CAMPEADOR. I should be known as the Oathbreakers. Come on, man. Just because you won the war before I could get here. It still pays me, though. Very nice. And with that, I complete the travels of Rodrigo El Cid CAMPEADOR. As I visited 49 different points of interest. I've seen the world. It's beautiful. The bright sun rises over snowy mountain peaks, the effervescent gutters of sprawling cities, the temples harboring the most pious and the most wretched of souls. The works of men across centuries, nature's wonders crafted by the hand of God Almighty. I have seen it all. I have talked with highborn and lowborn alike, and I've seen people live in a myriad of ways, like the Scots to the north, the Castilians of my homeland, and the beautiful Sicilians. I miss you so much. It's time to write this down. My memories belong to me alone. And I get a whopping 4 martial perks. Very good. We pick up Overseer, Bellum Justum, Engineer for Destruction, Porthian Tactics for our cavalry, and next up, we'll pick up something good. I'm coming for you, Bertha. I will marry you. You can't hide forever, Captain Rodrigo! We captured one of your men! You're next! yells a furious Kaiser Heinrich with actually, they dug up his corpse, checked his windpipe. That is what he actually spoke like. It's safe to say, Kaiserin Bertha, I'm so sorry, but run. No, she imprisoned him. Okay, listen, we have to leave like now. So I'm thinking, what's the safest harbor? I still have a friend that happens to be a king, that happens to be someone I'm staunchly loyal to. That's right, it's none other than King of the No, Sancho! He disappeared without a trace! When? 4 years ago! I was so busy cajoling and carousing in the Holy Roman Empire that I've lost my roots. But alas, he has a daughter. Does she rule fairly? No, she's under attack by a dastardly Wali Hudahyl, an obese man that wants to gobble up the Castilian lands. No, we must return and save her. To Burgos we move. The lands of my lord have fallen into disarray. We must save them. We're going home! I am Captain Rodrigo, El Cid Campeador! I must seize the throne of Castile for my people! Knights, join me! My cause is just! My just is cost! More work! We need the money! We must be fearless! We must do this without fear! Give me more men-at-arms regiments! Wait! Pedro! Pedro Fernandez! Pedro! You're back! Invite them to the camp! My heir, my son! Alvar Fanes, my best friend! You may come too! Yes! All those that left, they may now return. Welcome back, my friends! No! Kaiserin Bertha! Beheaded, executed. But the little kid's alright, so I doomed that woman, didn't I? You dog. Duke Nuno has a faction. A dissolution faction. I'll take it. Why not? But a piece of his land. No, it's a just cause. He's a sodomite too. That's it. We're gonna press our demands and do war, my friends. We go. Instantly we find ourselves in the capital, sieging it down, surrounded, cut off from supplies, but in the capital. Only one issue though. King Anso has also joined. He's another bastard. We must go down and face his armies. Aha! But it's brother Rams! It is me, El Cid Campeador, against Anso de Tafala. You want to give me land? No! I am El Cid Campeador. I will win for my benefactor. Haha! We did it! Enforce demand. Very good. And I'm rich. I'm gonna go and protect the innocent now. Thank you. Rodrigo is 45 years old and he's had a long and prosperous life. But now, with one last protection of the subject of Wali Rivai, basically saving the innocents, I have done it. I have now completed 10 martial prowess contracts, and all I need now is to become exalted among men. Now I come to the aid of my beloved heiress, to my friend, King Sancho. Defeat the Amaya, protect Hussar. We've done it. I've saved my liege. Oh, but there's more war to be fought. Yes, I will. Where are we going? Lithuania. This is what I've been waiting for. A just cause. Yes, of course I'll join. El Cid Campeador, King of Lithuanians, rich beyond belief. I'll grow my soldiers, have more men. First, I save my queen, doing right by my friend King Sancho. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Oh god. The crusade for Lithuania begins. We siege, they come to us. I am the crusade, for I am Rodrigo El Cid Campeador. Oh god, that is a lot of troops, but I believe in myself. Let them come! Let them come! The Battle of Pomesania! It is me against the boar. A brutish battle! A fearsome battle! We are outnumbered! Fight! No! Pedro! Pedro! Pedro, my son! We retreat! Retreat! The heathen is too powerful! Where is the Pope? Pedro! Pedro, my son, I shall bury you! You made it! You trusted me! You left my company, then rejoined and joined me in Lithuania. Only to fall. But fall we all must one day. So charge! Charge! There is the king's forces. There is where the battle shall be. Join! Join and fight! Stand and fight! No! Not again! I'm wounded. No, we need to win this! Rodrigo! You are the Campeador! They've clumped up far too much, and they're dying of malnutrition. What is this foolishness entering one by one? Stop it! A death parade! I got the typhus! No! No, not like this! Remove the typhus from my body! Yes, I've been saved! I think, I'm not sure, is this how Campeador Cid dies? Frail, shivering of typhus in the taiga of Prussia. No! The Crusade is lost! Disband the troops! We can't stay here, we're dying! Flee! Flee over... And so it came to be that Captain Rodrigo has found his peace in Christ's embrace at the age of 50. He died of typhus, a shameless fornicator having both schmunked Matilda of Tuscany and of course the Empress. He partook in the failed Crusade of Lithuania, but he succeeded in doing something else. In saving countless souls among his adventures, in inspiring hope and peace and prosperity for all that he went. From Scotland to Tuscany, from Tuscany to Torbay, this man fought valiantly at every battle he ever was in. But most importantly, he was able to protect the daughter of his beloved friend and king, Sancho the Strong of House Jimena. And despite him having kicked him out of his realm, he clawed his way back in, only to ensure the protection of Queen Sancha, who still to this day fights on for House Jimena. As with the last dying breath of typhus, it echoed out over the plains of Prussia. El Cid Campeador! Hello there, it's Koifish. That didn't go as expected, but dear God, if that isn't what this DLC is all about. Absolutely crazy adventures. Now the adventurer path is really interesting, but I think El Cid Campeador really shines when you take the offer of his King Sancho and become one of his vassals, helping him to lead to victory in the Iberian struggle. So you can expect a part 2 of this, or rather a part 1.5, where once more we play as the Campeador, but this time we become landed. So if that's something you wanna see, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay awesome, my dudes. El Cid Campeador! Hey Medova, make sure to edit that out.